Hey, what's up guys? So this is Black Rosalori and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I'm still proceeding with the analysis that I done earlier on in the morning. And guys, this was our analysis. We had actually drawn this and we were expecting that the CPI news would come strong, like the dollar will come stronger and would push this to around zone 1835. But apparently it just pushed it a little and we're still around this zone over here. So what is happening? What is actually happening in the market? So let me show you something. So as I've always told people, whenever you are analyzing the market, whenever you want to decide on the decision that is the decision or the direction of the market, you've got to also pay attention to the patterns. Apparently if you took like a sell position, I hope that you're in profit, because that is what we had actually analyzed. So right now, I know with what is happening, like most people are in between, like where is the market going to go to, because based on the analysis, let me just show you something. Oh hell no. Okay. Oh, let me just type this. Right, so based on the analysis on the news today, the US dollar, this is the news that you are looking out for. But we noticed the reason why we did not actually have that strong impact to the downside, it's because of this, right? The CPI came as last time, so the dollar wasn't that strong, but it wasn't really that weak, right? So around this point, the CPI, this gave the dollar an upper hand, like it became stronger, and this one was also stronger, but on average the dollar wasn't that strong as we had expected it to be, and that's why we didn't really have a lot of momentum to the downside as we had anticipated. Right, so this is what actually happened in the market. So what to expect? If you're keen on the pattern in the market, we are actually having an M drawn, which actually indicates like a movement to the downside. And what is really interesting about the M is that this is not a normal M. When I talk about the normal M, this is what I mean. Let me just try and show you. A normal M will look like this, right? But the M that we have at the moment, it's not a normal M. It's one that has like it goes to this point, comes back to this point, and then goes higher, a little bit higher, and then so this kind of actually indicates like some strong momentum. Whenever you see a letter M that is not like the M that has like the tips equating to each other actually on an equal base, does not really have a lot of momentum, as opposed to the M that has like one level is a bit lower than the other one. That can kind of bring about like some kind of strong momentum. So for me, I'm still holding on sales when it comes to gold. So this is what I'll be expecting. Like I'll expect some strong movement to this level. So let me just show you what is happening. So I actually drew like a pattern. I did draw a pattern of what was actually happening over here, if you watched the previous video, and I want to show you what actually happened. If you're keen on the level of gold, let me just see if I can have this. Yeah, so remember this level over here. I just want to draw this so that you see what's happening in the market. Gold is a really interesting pair to draw, yeah, to analyze. Sorry, it's a really interesting pair to analyze. You always notice, like, this is what happened. The market came up to this level over here, which we saw the market coming up around this zone over here, and then this second candlestick, you can see like it came down to this level, same to this one. So what can we expect? Maybe we'll expect some other momentum coming down to this level over here, or maybe this level over here, which is around 1835, 1839. So but I'm really watching out for this zone over here. So for me, I still believe that gold is still bearish. Maybe we might see some correction in the market based on the momentum on the downside, like what we always see, the green candlestick, the bullish candlestick going upwards after a downward movement, that is like trying to correct the movement, trying to collect the liquidity in the market. So for me, I still believe that gold is going to drop down to this level or even lower than that. So yeah, so that is what I am actually waiting for. So guys, not to forget that still today we have these news coming up, and these news, they always have momentum, in as much as they do not have like three stars. They're moderate, but they always have some momentum when it comes to the US pairs. So this is something that we are also watching out for. And let's try and find what's going to happen tomorrow. So guys, analysis, when it comes to analyzing the market, I also try to pay so much attention to the fundamental news. The reason why most people tend to blow up the account is not because they do not analyze the market, but they do not also pay attention to the fundamental news. The fundamental news actually carries part of the psychology behind the market. Remember, when you analyze your market correctly, if you analyze the market correctly, the news will only come to push the market towards your direction most of the time. So the news, the fundamental news, does not actually come to disrupt the movement of the market. If you are correct about your analysis, it will always push the market towards your direction, and you'll always be in profit. So yeah, so that is one of the things that I've learned about my analysis. So guys, tomorrow we have the CPI for Gbpjpy, and I was also analyzing Gbpjpy. Guys, tell me that it's here. I had an analysis for Gbpjpy. That is one of the coins that I also love. Gbpjpy. That is also one of the most interesting coins that I always try to. Yeah, this is what I actually drawn. Looks messy though. Let me just try. Sorry. Let me just try and delete the lines. Always try to analyze. So what am I expecting from this market today? Like, my chart was a bit messy. Damn. No, this one is just the correct one. I don't want to delete this one. This is what I want to delete, and then tell you what's actually happening. So if you are looking for some trading opportunities, then I assume that this is going to be one of the best opportunities. Okay, so guys, this is Gbpjpy. So as you know, you can see the lines that I've drawn. I had these lines drawn, and I was expecting maybe a movement either to the downside. If this was going to break going downwards, it would have come to this level before actually pushing it upwards. So this is one of the pairs that I've been looking for some buy opportunities, and I also had this direction. If at all it was going to break out of this line strongly, like it was going to give me a good buy opportunity. And when it did that, I had this line drawn. I was expecting some correction to this level and then a push to the upside. So what am I expecting right now? What I'm expecting for this market, being that it has broken out of this zone. Remember, this has been one of the strongest zone where we've seen the market coming back to this level, and sellers have been able to push this market on the downside multiple times. Not actually once. You can see like this 1, 2, 3, actually almost like 4 times. Yeah. So this time we noticed that the market actually succeeded on moving up. But remember, this is not the first time that the market is moving. This zone over here, this zone over here. Let me just try and circle it. I always love doing that, so that this actually, this zone over here, yeah, so this is one of the candlesticks over here, which is a bit higher. So what am I expecting the market? So that is a very good question. Whenever you're analyzing market, try to pay attention to this support, resistance, just try to get what is really happening in the market. So what I'm expecting right now, we've seen the market kind of moving upwards strongly. So if tomorrow the CPI, one thing I note before I actually get into CPI, the market might, if the market will break out of this zone strongly, it will come back to test this zone. Once it tests this zone, let me just try and draw the movement so that tomorrow will maybe it might test it. It doesn't have to be this long before actually proceeding to this level. So for me, this is the zone that I'm actually looking out for. This is my zone of interest when it comes to Gbpjpy, GPY. So depending on the strength of the Gbpjpy tomorrow, as they'll be having the CPI, if you're keen enough, we have CPI tomorrow on Gbpjpy, GPY, the GJ, yeah, we have the CPI tomorrow. So this might affect the market. You'll be able to see some momentum in the market. You'll be able to see the market moving a bit higher, yeah, stronger than before. So what I expect is the market, it doesn't have to be this long, but it will get to a certain point and we'll see like some test to this zone before actually going upward. So if the Gbpjpy, depending on how strong or how weak the market will be, if the market will be weak, if the news tomorrow will be in favor of Gbpjpy, then we don't know what will happen. But this is what I expect. This is what I expect, like a movement to the upside. Because if you're analyzing the charts, like one of the questions that you have to ask yourself is, when was the market really went up? What was the highest level? And this was our highest level. And when we analyze like when was the last time the market came down, it was this coming to this level. Let me just try and draw it. It was from this zone coming down to this level, right? But when did we have the market moving to the upside? It was from this to this level over here, of which, if you're keen enough, this is like a zone where we have been, the market has been ranging within these zones, yeah, but in an upward movement, right? So for me, what I'll be expecting tomorrow on the Gbpjpy, GPY, when the Gbpjpy will be announcing their CPI, I'll be expecting like some strong movement. I expect that we'll be able like to see either the results will be negative or positive. Then we'll be able to make our decisions from there. But if it comes out like as average as the US pair was today, then we won't really have like a strong momentum. But if it comes in negative or positive, we'll be able to see some strong momentum in the market. So this is one of the pairs that I'll be looking out for. And this is not just Gbpjpy, GPY, but for me this is the pair that I've been trading for quite some time. So this is something that I'm actually looking out for, and I'm expecting to see how the market is going to play out, because I've been waiting for so long for this breakout to the upside, but it hasn't really happened. So I'm hoping that come tomorrow we'll be able to see this breakout going to the upside. So let's see how the market is going to play out tomorrow. I'll be able to upload the video after the announcement, yeah, the CPI announcement, just the same way I have actually made this one today. So this, I'm still strong on gold being bearish, and I'm still strong on Gbpjpy, GPY being bullish. So for me, this is my analysis for today. And yeah, I know I have like a lot of lines drawn and everything of this, so these lines actually help me to analyze the market, to pay attention to some of the support and resistance zone, where the sellers, like, it kind of helps me to know where sellers are strong and where buyers are strong. Like, that is how I analyze my market.